And it's faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And
Love.
yeah, I love that quote. So what do you think about, Coach, when you hear that quote?
Well, I'm like climb, climb, climb. It's all about action for me. I keep my vision very close, my why in my heart, and I have faith in knowing where I'm going. But many of us can have, faith and have vision and have why, but they do not take an action. So for me, it's about climb the stairs, take an action one step at a time. It's the small things that we do every day consistently that compounds. So I know your view of this is a little different, and that's why I love how we do it together, because what moves you is the faith, and then not knowing where you're going. But for me, it's more about the action. This quote for me inspires me into taking that step every day, those small steps, going up the steps, going up the steps, up the steps, or down the steps. And of course, not knowing maybe where you're going sometimes or when you'll get there, but knowing that that action will get you the result you're seeking. Back to you.
Yeah. As you said, mine is focused on the faith aspect of it. I
Mm-hmm.
just took a big leap of faith, which I worked through in my coaching sessions with you and also in a lot of prayer, um, in leaving my job 2 days ago, because I know that my heart is somewhere else. It's with my grandparents, with my family, and helping other people get Bibles into their hands, and being a coach. And it took a big leap of faith to leave a 22-year career and do that. I can't see all the way to the end of the staircase, but it's all about taking the faith and seeing as far as I can see, go as far as I can right now, and
Mm-hmm.
then letting the rest of it, I'll see the rest of it as I get there, and just continuing to go and having that consistent action. As you said, you got to take the steps. I mean, I'm never going to see the end of the staircase if I don't start moving. So you take one step and then you get more comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes too, that first step is the hardest one. Do you know
Mm-hmm.
what right? And then once you get going, then you're like, okay, I've got momentum now. Whereas if you stand at the bottom of the staircase and keep looking up, you're never going to see the end.
Yeah,
So
and I know in our inner circle, we're seeing huge momentum, especially with the coaches panels. Everybody's moving and shaking in that energy, and I believe it's a couple things. One is the consistency of doing what the coach says, of course, but then also the notebooks that we're implementing, the daily task. Those are the stairs, the steps every day, and also the word of the year moving into our word we just started implementing this over the last week, and I'm seeing things break off of people. It's truly incredible. So with that, I want to share an experience. When I joined network marketing, I had a lot of people telling me, don't do that. That's a scam. You're going to like take people's money. You're going to make money off people. The whole greed factor, which is just crazy to me, because we all support big companies every day who are, I don't want to call anybody names, but we buy brands all day, but don't support your cousin, or don't support your friend now because they're greedy. But anyway, back then my mind didn't think that way. I was like, oh my gosh, am I greedy? Is this a scam? Like I was like, baby mindset. And so then I had family come up against me saying I wasn't good enough. You can't run a business. What are you doing? You're going to embarrass us. You can't do a business. You are a front desk worker. You need to go back to your front desk. And what that is really is people's reflection of themselves, their own fear. I know that now, but 8 years ago, I'm like, am I good enough? And all this doubt creeps in, right? So with the stairs and this experience for me, what I learned is, laser focus, consistent effort, head down. Don't listen to this stuff unless I want to be like them. So their bank accounts, if I want their bank accounts, then I listen.
yep.
If not, I got to move into what I want my bank account to be, because then I live paycheck to paycheck, broke as joke broke. We just had 2 kids. We didn't even know how we were going to put them in diapers, let alone college. So we were living that way in fear and hoping we didn't lose a job or anything like that. We'd literally be homeless. And it was just mindset, because it wasn't a money problem. I learned a whole bunch of things along the way that it's a spending problem. That's what people have. But what I seen was my faith in that I am good enough. And if God called me to help people through network marketing, I'm going to do it without the chatter. So then I had the same thing come up against me in coaching. Coaching, how are you a coach? Who are you? Who do you think you are? If I want those bank accounts, I need to listen to them. And those are people who are not coaching, not training, not helping people, not impacting people. Understand? I hope everybody gets the feeling here, because it's coming against you no matter what you do. If you want to go lose weight, you're going to hear people say, why would you do another diet? You can't lose weight. Do you want to be overweight like them? Do you want to be unhealthy like them? Go listen to them. If not, you move in your own action, take those stairs up, and then it's a good feeling when you come down 130 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
But listen to this. See, I've had these experiences, Kat, in every area of my life. When I started a Bible study call, I ran that call for 2 years. You guys see the success later. You see me like a champion in the Bible study. But when I started, they said, why would you do a Bible study? You've never been to Bible school. You didn't even go to church as a kid. How could you do a Bible study call? Who do you think you are? So I kept focused on, God called me to do this. God called me, and he will give me the means. I don't need an education. I don't need a pastoral degree. I don't need to be a member of a church. I need to do what I'm called to do and keep climbing the steps and quit listening to this over here. So I hope this helps somebody, because this is not what I was going to talk about today. If we share long enough, this is a law. Okay, so you sow long enough. This is why I plugged into this video every day. This one and Just Do It. These two videos on YouTube every day my first year in network marketing, because I knew if I just kept sowing, I could outwork anybody in this industry. It didn't matter my last name, where I come from, who my parents were, how much money I had, who my influence was. None of that mattered. I was landed on a gold mine. That's what I kept saying. I have hit a gold mine. It's going to explode, because I knew this law. This law states, if you continue to sow and you're consistent and persistent, it will fall on good ground, and you're going to get people to come sign up. It's going to happen. It's a matter of time, but are you tough enough? Are you going to stick and stay long enough? Are you going to keep sowing when nobody's signing up, when everybody's talking about you, mocking you, rejecting you, gossiping? Are you going to keep sowing, right? Are you going to keep sowing until it falls on good ground, or are you going to quit too soon? Two options, right? We're talking about you right now. This is about you, the sower, me, the sower. Then when you get some people signed up, guess what? There's another high and low. 30%, 60%, and 100% rule. That means in the good ground, you're going to have 30% production, 60%, and 100%, and it's all divided. Then you have like the 80-20 rule. And out of the 20% who actually will do something with you, only 2% will even do anything. Some of the in the industry who earn $1 million a year will tell you that they earn $1 million a year off of 5 people, 5 leaders on their team. That's all it takes. See, we think we're looking for thousands. We're looking for 1 or 2 good people that we can share these trainings with, who really wants to own in on their vision. And it is everything, Carmen. I mean, I teach a lot of business coaching, and it starts with the vision, with the why, like where are you going? Where are you going? A lot of people just don't know. And so after, watching this video here, they may be inspired to create a vision board. And I want to just personally recommend out loud that you don't do that until you get training, whether, if with Carmen or someone professional who has been through training, has been skilled, because there's a lot more to it than just making a board. You could actually manifest negatives in your life. So with that, Yeah, with that, share an experience of you putting something on your vision board and it coming true.
Two experiences actually come to mind. Uh, okay, so shortly just after my divorce, I wanted to get back into the dating scene again. I was, single parent with two little kids. And so I actually put on my vision board what kind of guy I wanted. All the characteristics, tall, dark, and handsome, so many things, and it actually came through true within 3 months of writing all those characteristics down and pasting it, by my bed and looking at that, every day. Within 3 months, my second husband came knocking on my door. It was truly, truly, truly amazing. And another one was my car. I wanted to own a brand new car, brand new. I was starting out in life and going, through some life changes. I've never owned a brand new car on my own. So I actually saw a picture of it in the magazine. I ripped it out, put it on my vision board. Literally 3.5 months later, I bought my brand new car. Like, wow, I was so blessed, so blessed.
My job, and I knew I wanted to, and we started coaching with that right away when I joined you back in May. And I kept saying it with my words, but I wasn't doing it with my action. And you actually said to me, you were like, do you actually want to leave? That's fine. Right? That's fine. It's your choice. But if you actually want to leave, your action isn't matching your words. And you might as well just like face it. If you want to stay, stay. But then let's like focus on that, right? And stop saying that you're going to leave if you're actually not going to write your letter. And as soon as what I did is I was like, wow. At first I was like, ouch. But then I was like, well, she's right, and that's why you get a coach, because they can actually see the things that you can't see in yourself. And I was like, I went back and I got really introspective and I thought, why am I doing this? And I realized it was back to that same exact fear that I've always had since I was a kid. And that if I didn't actually write the letter and leave, that I was never going to leave. And as soon as I did it, I felt chunks like break off. And I was just like, holy Toledo, this is amazing, But yeah, you're not going to, especially when you're going through something really difficult like a mindset, you gotta have help.
Yeah.
Invest in yourself. That's your.
Well, for me, I'm still learning. had a few hiccups, but I see how social media changes. I mean, we didn't go through all this the first time around. And Wes, that was in August. We were in the August group.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So yeah, they didn't have the watch party and Instagram story and all of that. So it just shows you how, let's see, August, September, October, November, December, January, in 5 months, how much has evolved. Mm-hmm. And even though, you're in it and you're doing things, there's still so much more to learn, and things change all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It goes back to the Bible study that we had this morning on planting seeds. Yeah. And there were a couple of things that really came after us when we started the Bible study, a lot of negativity. And we had a choice at that time. Do I focus on this and do I quit? Do I let this drag us down and bring us down? Or do we realize that it's the enemy and get focused on the positivity and plant more seeds? And we planted more seeds of gratitude and kindness and killed it with kindness. And it's just, now you can really feel it on the team. You can see it on everybody's faces, the energy and the focus and the motivation. And it's super inspiring. I love it.
Yeah.
I really do. Yeah. But you got to have the faith. You got to take the first step, and sometimes it's scary because that internal bully wants to come out and tell us that we're not good enough or we can't do it. And then one other person says it and you go, and then the enemy goes, oh, see, I told you you're not good enough. And they think that too. So therefore it gives it extra power.
This is every reason why people don't have success and the area of life they're looking for. When you hear the word success, people think money. Okay, take the money out. The money comes when you work on the pillars of life, which is your health. Understand you can have all the money in the world and die of a heart attack. That money does not matter. Okay, you want your finances thriving. You've got to thrive in your physical life. You've got to self-care. You have to take care of yourself. You've got to climb the steps of self-care. Your spiritual life, okay, that's first and foremost, right? People come to me, like, how have you lost weight? God help me. like you keep doing it on your own, you're never going to do it. Okay. Right. There's a lot of reasons I lost weight, but first and foremost, it was my spiritual health. You got to get your spiritual health right. Then you better keep it right if you want to maintain it. I'm going through that now, maintaining where I'm at, not going back and backsliding, right? Your spiritual life, your mindset. Mindset's everything. Just like I said previously, I had thought I had no money and I lived check to check. Not true. People in America, we got money. We live in abundance. There is no poverty in America. There's poverty in other countries. They live in dirt houses, like dirt floors. They have no air condition. They have no food. Okay. In America, there's really not poverty. We have everything. The problem in America is our mindsets. We have a spending problem. We want things before we can afford them. We have a debt problem, a credit problem. And I'm not talking about our government. I'm talking about the people. It's us. We got the problem. I had the problem and mindset of money wrong. So I started working on myself, growing my mind, breaking free from really generational curses that have been spoken over me by people who had no bad intent. They didn't know better themselves, right? So people teaching me about money who have poverty minds, and that's 98% of us. 98% of us. So getting your mindset right, okay? If you want success in any area of life, it's right here. So the 4 pillars are your health, your spirit, your mind, and then your bank account. So with that, it's how do you move in financial success? What are actions do you take to get there?
Hi, everyone. My name is Nicole Connor, and I'm going to be sharing with you tonight a little bit about how the art of listening can help you build trust with your clients and your future customers. So I'm going to go ahead and share my presentation screen here with you. All righty, let's get moving. So the art of listening to build trust. The key concepts to building trust with your clients and customers. I'm going to go ahead and summarize this entire presentation by letting you know a quote from Dr. Stephen Kebie, who wrote the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And that's to say that most people do not listen with the intent to understand, they listen with the intent to reply. So to prepare for a conversation with someone, whether it's your future customer, a friend, etc., that you're doing a business presentation or a client coaching call, something like that, to prepare for that conversation, to better serve them, you have to be mentally and emotionally ready to focus on them without any agenda. Put aside your day's worries, concerns, and come ready with your notes. If you've had a family crisis or you're too sick or something to that effect, please reschedule those appointments and make a new agreement with that person. You want to come at your best. So put your phone away. Set a timer if needed for your next appointment so that you can stay on task and with the agreements that you made with that person. So if you're supposed to be meeting for about an hour, set a timer for 10 minutes until the end so that you can wrap up that conversation. And that won't be rude, especially if you're a coach and your client calls, or if you're meeting with a customer, and respect their time just as well as your own.
How I had grown, because I see where everybody else is at. And when the ones that are just starting for the first time and some of the things, so it makes you feel good about yourself, personal satisfaction that, hey, I have grown. I can see, because I was there at one time. The other thing is there's a sense of fulfillment when you can help somebody. Anita and we've been on 2 Zooms in the last couple of days working on some things on the computer and trying to get our Zoom video up. And Google Photos and working with Gordon. Eliane, one of these days we're going to hook up, I think tomorrow at 4 o'clock. It's neat to see the progress, and it gives you a chance when you come back in a second time to see how much you have progressed, and it gives you a chance to give back. And when you give back, of course, we all know the law of sowing and reaping, right? So it just pushes you even farther. It's great. It's a great feeling.
So let me tell you the skill I'm teaching here. So how many in network marketing? Raise your hand. In order to earn money in network marketing, you better learn how to train people. Not going to earn no money if you can't train. So I am teaching Dana and Wes how to train, and y'all are the guinea pigs. Okay? Now, who's a coach? Writing a book, that kind of stuff. Well, coaches, trainers, we got to know how to train. You got to know how. You don't know how to train, you ain't coaching nothing. Okay? So so I'm just saying, if you're thinking about.
Everybody, hashtag Crazy Cat here in Rayford, North Carolina, where I'm in a tunnel training here with Coach Kebie of Clemens, North Carolina. And we're doing the big reveal for this week for Monday Motivation. Mm-hmm. And the quote is from Robert Frost, and it's the best way out is always through. We hashtag through all week. So Coach Kebie, tell us what you think about that quote.
Yeah, for me, it's about the process we go through and the fact that we must go through it. So many people give up way too early and they don't go through the process they need to go through to get to the finish line. So I see it over and over. How did you interpret it?
I thought about the fact that you have to go through the fear, because I've stayed stuck in fear for so long. I wanted to start a coaching program, spend more time with my family, but I stayed where I was because I thought, oh, well, if I give up this thing I know, what might happen, or I'm going to be destitute or whatever. But fear it doesn't really exist. It's something our mind creates. A bad story about something that might happen in the future. So in order to get out of that, you just have to realize that it's not real and just get to work and get consistent and go through it and go through the
deal with people. And by the way, if you're in business, you deal with people. Most people don't go through it. So I hope that if you're watching today, you make a decision, you're going to go through it because you're worthy and you can do it.
Yeah, I love it. That's great. Thank you. So much fun as always. I enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to next week. It'll be a big mystery.
Can't wait.
Every Monday. Bye. Have a great night.